guys, my name is Cassandra Hobel, and this is going to be my audience for today. It's going to be Zayana and my mom. Okay, so some of you already know who Selena Quintanilla Perez is. She was beautiful, she was talented, and she was a joyful singer whose life was tragically cut short at only the age of 23 years old. But many of you know her from documentaries and movies that were made about her. But my family actually knew Selena leading right up to her death. From her growing up in Lake Jackson, Texas, to her fame, my family had knew Selena her whole life. From Selena's early life in Lake Jackson to stardom across the nation, Selena lived an amazing life of success. As a young girl, I spent most of my time with my grandmother, who happened to be best friends with Selena's father, Abraham Quintanilla. My grandmother spent a lot of time with the Quintanilla family and was one of Selena's biggest fans and closest friends. My grandmother would tell me all the stories of Selena and how different she was off stage, and tell the stories of her moments with her and also the adventures they had shared. Not soon after, I was the biggest Selena's fan ever. I want to share with you guys today the amazing privilege to know how amazing Selena was off stage and was on stage. She was grounded, incredibly driven, and was an icon that I grew up to love and look up to. So I first want to share with you guys some of the reasons that made Selena so special than other artists that are still around today. She kept herself grounded, even throughout her huge success. Selena did community work for the town she grew up in. For example, she spoke at schools and did charities. She spoke at middle schools and high schools about the importance of staying in school and earning an education that you can fall back on. My Aunt Louisa, who was 21 at the time, talked constantly about dropping out of college due to the financial burden on my family and also the inability to study and not to take care of her brothers and sisters at the same time. It was my Aunt Louisa's dream to be the first in our family to graduate from college and be something. Selena heard of this, and not only did she pay for my aunt's tuition and supplies, but she also helped out with my family's financial burden and offered her support for a better job. Selena did things like this for everyone who she knew and whoever she knew who needed a helping hand. She helped thousands of people in the neighborhood. Another reason why Selena was so important and popular is she used her popularity and fame for good causes, to break down barriers for other women in the music industry. Selena used her shows and concerts to introduce other female artists. This helped other female artists become known and give them a chance in the industry than never before. In addition to her being such a humble and selfless person, Selena was also competitive in making her dreams come true. Selena was quite driven in everything she wanted to do. According to a Forbes article, Selena was born to sing and dance. She was amazing at learning new choreography and songs. Selena could learn a new dance and song in an hour and go out and perform it on stage like she knew it for years. What other artist can do that? Due to these accomplishments, at an early age, Selena became a rapid hit with her albums, going platinum instantly. This is one of her famous, when she first came out, this is one of the first things that came out for her one popular album, Amor Prohibido. My grandmother actually acquired this from the Quintanilla family, and it basically shows her top hit songs that made her the most famous and her most favorable songs in the Latin community. And it basically gives a quick biop of her life, when she was born and she died. As you can see right here, it says the Queen of Tejano. This is one of her most famous and cherished items. It's actually a collectible. So when Selena wasn't busy with constantly working on bettering herself, she was influencing the younger generation. She was considered an icon, not only in fashion but in heart. According to the article by Vanity Fair, Selena was an icon who made all her designs, and they were the hottest things around. All of Selena's amazing costumes she wore on stage were made handmade by herself. According to the Smithsonian Insider article, Selena left a legacy behind, with not only her music but her fashion sense as well. To all the little girls who till this day still rock the Selena hairdo, Selena even opened up her own fashion boutique and beauty salon. My family worked in one of her first shops and recalled the amazing things that she created. To this day, I have a bracelet that she made in a box. In addition to being a fashion icon, she was also an inspiration for all little girls to look up to. Selena was young, she was Latin, and she was a self-made, talented singer and a fashion designer as well. She constantly talked about pursuing her dreams and not letting anyone tell her she couldn't do it. This made all little girls not afraid to go out and be what they wanted, and even for some to be just like Selena when they grew up. I know for sure I wanted to be just like her. So now that we know Selena for a little more of who she was, Selena Quintanilla Perez was unfortunately murdered on March 31st, 1995, at the young age of 22. Selena's generosity and humbleness touched people like my family, and her kindness, we loved her. She was able to break down barriers for other artists. She proved to everyone that a young Latina woman can be just as successful as a man can be in the music industry or even better. She was and will always remain an icon in our hearts. When I feel low and down about something that is going on in my life, I think of Selena's positivity and drive and remember what she had said. Always believe that the impossible is possible. Thank you. And does the audience have any questions?
No. No.
Thank you.